This is day 425 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor a coming share or more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Reish Pei Vav, Sif Tes Vav, Siman Reish Pei Ches, Sif Gimel. And we're still talking about Musaf, if I recall correctly. Tes Vav. Immersed by Musaf Ad Shigi is Malak the Mincha. If you didn't down Musaf until time Mincha came, which is more half an hour after midday. The Pesach in the Gemara is you should have Mincha first, and then daven Musaf. The Mincha to Dira daven Musaf, because Mincha is more frequent than Musaf. The Torah which is frequent, some which is less frequent. The more frequent thing comes first. Rambam says, brings down, one does not do this in the tzibur, because people should not make a mistake. Specifically when he has to daven both now. He wants to eat, there's a large banquet, but also and he can't eat until he davens Siman Reish Lam and Beis. When the people chose that way back in the Reish Lam and Beis. He doesn't have to have mincha now. Yochel, Tim Shamusaf. He can daven the Musaf first. But when the time mincha katana comes, which is of course 9.5 hours into the day, so when that comes, all bets are off. You reveal Yerushalmi, bring down from Yerushalmi that in brachas to bechem muchil lispal tchila shemincha. You have to first daven the tefillah of mincha under those circumstances. But regardless, unlike the previous yesterday's mitzvah, which saying musaf for shachar is a problem, here we said musaf for mincha, it's not a problem. Even a place where he's obligated to have mincha first, it's okay. But I was saying about Shulchan Chebu Kozel Halacha and Sibdal Ayin Shah. So about that in Sibdal in the Siman. The Bialacha writes that if it's not just 6.5 hours in a day, but it's almost 7 hours, then Pri Megadim says that perhaps no matter what, the Musaf comes. In this case, because the end of Musaf going to Rabbi So in this case, perhaps Musaf has to come first according to everybody, that because otherwise they're going to transgress the more appropriate, the more preferable way of doing Musaf, and that would be criminal, negligent. So that was interesting. Interesting idea that if it's right for the 7th hour and you still be Yotze Musaf V'Chatchila, you should have Musaf first before Mincha, regardless. 10 sign. So all this was the Bali Shulchan. Says Arukh HaShulchan, it seems not to be understandable. The Torah kind of Medina, because the frequent thing always comes first according to the letter of the law. So in that case, how can the distinguish between a tzibur and an individual? Whether he's compelled to have mincha or not. But he says no. In the Ikar Halacha, in the primary Halacha, this actually does have a source. The Chorah Ikar Din say in Uvar, because it would seem that this Halacha is difficult to understand. How can you say Midam Mikla for Musa in the Tfilos Tiklim Malkum Karbanos? Tfilos are made in lieu of Karbanos. Visa according to this, you would have to say that if you made parallel in Karbanos, what we're saying about Tfilah, that if you delay being makriv the Karban Muslim until after Chatzos, Shakir Mikarim Batam Shal Ben Rabban, you should then first bring the afternoon Talmud before the Muslim. Is that Ba'adei of Shar? That is certainly not possible. Also, keep Achar Talmud Shal Ben Rabban. You can't bring a Karban after Talmud Shal Ben Rabban. The last lane called Karbanos Kulam Kisim Soim Yuma. Right, on the meeting we have to complete all the Karbanos. Yud Zayin. So what's the pshat? So it says it's Baruch came the matis man mincha command the command the shchiti tavai dami einshams. This time mincha has come. It's as if they're both korbanos are shechted in front of you. Ufisa as a shaper. According to this works out well. The mikdash leikribu tom. The mikdash leikribu tom sheben abayim kodem. The reason why they wouldn't sacrifice Kumish Ben Abayim before the Musab Mishum Nadayin Lonishcha because Tommy hasn't been shechted yet. But in terms of Tefillah, came the Habi Kamosh Kapar Nishchat. It's as if the Mincha was already shechted. Pshita Torah Koyim. Obviously, whatever's frequent has to come first. V'akriv to be sacrificed to be put on down his back. That's why they have Mincha first because it's as if they're both shchutim lefanecha. That's if you're compelled to have mincha now, then it's as if they're both shechted in front of you. We don't need mincha right now. It's not like a both shechted in front of you. Then it's like the korban in the mikdash, in the base of dish, which no matter what, you bring the musaf first. And when you're with tzibur, it's as if you're in the base of mikdash, because the tzibur is like a mikdash man, the shul is like a mishmat, I guess the tzibur as well. Don't say as if they're both shechted in front of you. But when you get the mincha ketana, no matter what, it's like they're both shechted in front of you. If you did the musaf first, you were yotzei, just like in the Beis Hamikdash, again, because they're both shechted in front of you. In other words, the main thing is to shecht the korban musaf before the korban tamid, for the korban tamid should be in our buying. But once they're both shechted in front of you, you're going to put the tamid shmeir abayim on the mizbeach before the musaf, and that's also what you're doing over here. Okay, in brackets. So why do we, by us, do we never hear that a person does mincha before musaf? There is no such phenomenon with which you're familiar. Because we eat even after mincha ketana, base. There's someone now kriyas shamash basic rely on the shamash calling us to come to shul. So by us, it's never like they're both shechted in front of us, no matter what. It writes if it's close to nightfall. Then it shows Spal and it does not have time down both these Spal Shem Musab, because Mincha can always do a second Shmoneh by Marib, Ayin Sham. Hey, the B'Shabbos Yom Erim Baruch Hu Achar Kaddish Basra. The Shulchan writes that you don't say Kaddish after the Baruch after the last Kaddish. It's saying Gam B'Chol Lecha Minhag Zeh. On a weekday, they don't have this minhag. K'moshtam is similar to Kuplam Gil. But in Eretz Yisrael, of course, where they do have that minhag, they also say Baruch Hu at the end of davening at Shabbos. A lot of Mishnah Berurah here. Mishnah Berurah says that if the time Mincha Ketana came, then he has to daven first Mincha. No, I'm just like Arukh HaShulchan. Mishnah Berurah also brings that he brings down this idea of Baruch Hu during weekday, not on Shabbos. But if somebody came after Baruch Hu and he didn't hear that day Baruch Hu, even if he already said Yod Sa'or, they're allowed to say the Baruch Hu for him. Okay? Reish Pei Zayin. Din Nichum Avein Bikr Cholim B'Shabbos. Consoling the mourners and visiting the sick. Aleph, Armenia B'Shabbos. It says in Masechta Shabbos, the Beis Shammai Osim Menachem Avim Bikr Cholim B'Shabbos, not allowed to console mourners or visit sick people on Shabbos. Because you have anguish from doing so. V'gam shelo yavo lizok b'Shabbos, also shouldn't come to cry out on Shabbos. They said Matin Nishim Shuzar B'Chlag Mil's Chesed. They still said no, it's a Chesed and it's permissible. But Shmechel Tzamemos, you diminish their anguish. The Koshi Til Nachem Avil Bakir B'Shabbos, but with great difficulty did they allow consoling the mourners and visiting the sick. V'tam she's baru, because of reasons which is explained, either because of anguish or because you might come to daven, to cry out in davening. Shitiru Chachamim, right? Chachamim matin nevertheless. Nam also shimos achol ein hochim rak b'Shabbos, but those who only go for Bikkur Cholim or Nichum Avelim on Shabbos, not on weekdays, le'efemos, not doing it. Right, what's right? In lo mishitay mosachol she'ib shal unless somebody is absolutely, completely taken up during the weekday, then he has to do it on Shabbos. Base, Tarabana. Somebody comes in to visit a sick person on Shabbos, he says, or we say in the Mishaberach, L'cholim, Shabbos Himilizok, Shabbos is trying to refrain from crying out before a krova level and a healing is quick to come. B'schus Shabbos. We don't say B'schus Shabbos. We say Shabbos Himilizok before a krova level, Ashtabag Lovas Man Karif, Amar Amen. But here it says you're supposed to say Shabbos Himilizok before a krova level, B'schus Shabbos. And we should make them more happy, calm, expansive with consolations. So that's, we're not talking about a person who's immortal. We're talking about a sick person who's not in danger hayom, today. He's in danger today, imminent danger. Then you can even cry out and supplicate heaven on Shabbos. The mayor says that the visitor should say Shabbos can generate mercy. In Tachabdu, if you honor it, instead and not have anguish on it. We don't make Shiomar, it says you say Amokim Rachem Lech about Kol Yisrael. Hashem should have mercy upon you and all the ill of Israel. This was right, because the merit of the masses is great, including oneself in the masses in this respect is a good thing to do. Rabbi Yossi Shomar Hamokim Rachem Alecha Bichlal Chole Yisrael. So it's not Ve'al Chole Yisrael, but Bichlal Chole Yisrael, included in the sick people of Israel. When you to link yourself, to not link yourself, to include yourself with others is better. Sham le'ish Yerushalayim b'chol b'knisas l'chola omer shalom. When the Yerushalayim came in to visit a sick person, he'd say shalom. V'tzias when he left, omer Shabbos imilisa, because Shabbos is the time to refrain from crying out before krova lavo, and healing is quick to come. But Rachman Merubin, and Hashem's mercy is great. Shifta v'shalom, and Shabbos should be in peace. He writes like language of Tanakama. They write like Shavna Velolach Lok Ba Elos Success, and the arguing is to elaborate. Meganika Ramar is like the Rambam. Chenk Sheoisim Mishabeach. Here it is. Oisim Mikam Mishabeach. Chol Beisagasa. Lo Markimo B'chol Hamokim Shlach Refuah. You don't say, like we said, weekday. Hashem should send healing. El Shabbos Imilizog B'chol. The same language. I would say Mevarchim B'Yishlach Refuah Shleima. V'chulei v'Shabbos imilizok. Problem is that our Mishbech says Yishlach before Shleim Min Shamayim and Shabbos imilizok, which is a paradox, because the whole point is that Shabbos we don't cry out for a full Shleima. Can it pass Pisidur? And this paradox means Pisidur. V'lei dati mitiram zeh. And who allowed this in V'cholam Sukkon Gadol, unless it's a very dangerously ill person. Sheish Bo Sakonis Hayom, who's in danger today, K'mosh Kasabtu. Gimel, Shas does not say what language you say when you're Menachem and Ovel on Shabbos. But see, you can say Amokim Menachem. Just like we say, Yeshim is something to say Sheish Lomar Shabbos Menachem. Some say you have to say like you say with a sick person, Shabbos is a time to curtail from consolation. Unuchama krova levo, but consolation comes quickly. Rachama rubim, and his mercy is great. The shifta b'shalom, and the Shabbos should be in peace. Vayin Yoder Simon Shin Tzadi Gimel. That's saying lo no gum nichum havelim Shabbos. We don't do formal nichum havelim Shabbos. So assuming you meet one in shul, you can do something Shabbos in Menachem, but we don't go to people's houses. Okay, Mishabura basically says something similar. Reish Peches Shosli Sados b'Shabbos v'Din Tanis Chalam. Now let's fast on Shabbos and the law for a Tanis Chalam, for a fast in case of a bad dream. Also, Sados b'Shabbos, now let the fast on Shabbos. The same Tanis, and if you're doing it for the purpose of a fast, you're refraining from eating a few sha'achas also. Even 1 hour is forbidden. And regardless, you have to eat before midday. The Tanis says Yerushalmi, and the third paragraph, Tanis, also Sados b'Shabbos, at Shisha shows, not the fast on Shabbos, up to 6 hours, and feel also. Even the whole morning about and feel it's not an excuse. Shibura is more of a litvak. He says, his name Elio Rabba, a smach lohakel, if he's involved in learning and davening in the morning to carry him to chatzos. Uvadi b'sama mari, and back to the Arukh HaShulchan. And certainly when it says up to chatzos, it's about when he has generic intent. Deal is saying kindness because if he actually is refraining for the purpose of a fast. Also, it's also even for an hour. But time is sheshos. What is the 6 hour business? Seems the reason is because the last time for breakfast given is the 6th hour, because that's when the time of the Chachamim eats. Simen Kuf Nun Zayin. After that, it's like you're tossing a stone into an empty pitcher. Therefore, should not refrain from eating until after chatzos. The Gemara says that a regular person eats in 4th hour, not in 6th hour. Nevertheless, came the gam nevertheless, since even after 4th hour, it's not like tossing a stone into a pitcher until 6th hour. Lay slumbo, we're not concerned. Also, the main person who's supposed to be makbid to eat early on Shabbos is the Talmid Chacham. Like Yerushalmi says, "Lo nida shavasi on time elachila v'shtiyah." On one hand, the Shabbos the other was only given for eating and drinking, and on the other hand, lo nida shavasi on time elasok ben b'divrei Torah. The other hand, Shabbos the other was given for learning Torah. And first on Chuma, and Chuma says, "Lo pligas, I'm machlekes." Talmid Chacham has come to Torah kol yimei shavua. Talmid Chacham learn Torah week lahem nitna. Then Shabbos given more for eating and drinking. Shabbos given loch kol yimei shavua, those who work the entire week. Nitna yoser last so the Torah to give more to learn Torah. So therefore, there's more incentive for Talmid Chacham to make kiddush before chatzos. The Torah Pashu, it's clear. It's a simple matter. Shem kiddush v'achal kazayis kodem chatzos. If you make kiddush and ate kazayis before chatzos, you'll from there on in you can make gam achar chatzos, even after chatzos, because you already were not fasting. V'chein nirali t'kshesozim b'cham mikodem atfila. Also seems to me, says Arukh HaShulchan, if you drink hot tea or coffee before davening, takim mutam tefillah after chatzos, you can also wait till after midday. So that's mechatayis because you're no longer considered fasting. And this is the normal custom every day, every Shabbos. People make kiddush and taste the delicacy. And they only begin the actual second suda after midday. Now I think that the first and second meal has to be really before midday. Just like the third meal, supposed to be only after chatzos, like we're going to see shortly. By the time so this meal, the second meal is eat after the morning. By the time it seems the reason is the Kema Shulis Yalfinam Miklasa Hayom, since the 3 meals I was learned for 3 times as Hayom. Moshe says, eat it today, Shabbos Hayom La Hashem. Today is Shabbos for God. Hayom won't seem to, but said today you will not find in the field. So therefore, each and every time has to be separate and distinct. Achas b'ayil, one at night, achas b'yom kol chatzos, and one day before chatzos, achas chatzos, and one after chatzos. Aval tmiyani lama lo yizkir echad poskin davar zeh. Why didn't any of the poskin mention you should eat your morning meal in the morning? Not many people are not concerned with this whatsoever. Ulai at the time suda shlish she'enakoyim chatzos. So he says, hypothesize. Perhaps the reason Shlush Shlishis should not be in the for Chatzos any time plus Yom. So that's because it's 3 Hayom, and Nesh Kol Suda, Tzurich Lios Shmo Aleh. Right? Because every meal has to have its name. The Lila Suda's harvest. The night is the Marab Suda. The Yom Suda Shakras, and the day is the Shakras Suda. But Shlishi Suda's Mincha, and the third is the Mincha Suda. Mincha Avi Raka Chatzos, and Mincha is only after midday. Achlefi zeh gam shachris lavi achar chatzos. But according to this, also shachris should not be after chatzos. Not sure we begin with this. You say shachris anyway can be yotzei to that mincha first. Havi asa shapir. Then it would work out. Avemes ain't okay. It's not true. You don't have that mincha first. So you don't have that heker. Besides, he raised the cup. The Chayni Omer, after Pascal is Kiruzet. Oh, Shon comes to tremendous finish. You know, Pascal mentioned this. The Kongo Barsh is Sushnet Tzrichalios has Chalosa, Akopani, Konechatzos, Bechirani. Shulchan says it's not enough to be time a little bit before Chatzos, but the morning meal is part of the morning, and therefore it should be begun before Chatzos. It's a big finish. As he concedes, it's a big finish. Gimel Kasa Ben Beis Yosef see base. Base writes Adam Shemazgul Achila, person who's harmed by eating, shows only Gulo Shalo Lechol, so it's a pleasure for him not to eat. Lechal should eat. Akal Shon. If she that's clear Shekenu that this is the way it has to be. Shayil Oneg Neat Nevel Otar. Shabbos given for pleasure and not for anguish. Kasa Bloshin Yeshomim. The reason why Beis Yosef writes it as a Yeshomim, some say. V'la Mishum Sheish Chokim of this, not that anybody argues. But this is the derech when the man is only learned from one Ragi posek echad. Is only learned from one posek. He writes Yeshomim not because he doesn't take the basket weight, but that's how he identifies a solitary posek. Then he writes the person fasts every day. V'achila Shabbos sarulo, and eating Shabbos anguish for him. Mination invest because it changes his cycle, his order of eating. Yeshimim, some say shiro kamachasim machi ma'isa shisanim b'Shabbos metzim midam zeh. That there's some great people who talk about fasting on Shabbos for that account. Chen amar shekain haya osar ben Yehuda Chassid ad kan shon. They say that's what Yehuda Chassid did. End of quote. So next time we'll have to continue further in perusing the status of a person who feels harm to eat in terms of eating meals on Shabbos.